This wealthy heir was handsome, but sadly he was blind. Because he couldn't see, he never realized the meals he ate were just leftovers from the servants. Every day, the servants secretly schemed how to turn the family's valuables into quick cash. Strangely, ever since he lost his sight, Ethan Lee had developed extraordinary hearing. One day, two maids mocked Ethan's blindness and whispered about selling his expensive watch for money. Ethan heard every word, and in a fury flipped the entire dining table. He wanted to fire the two maids on the spot for plotting to steal from him. But Madam Moon scolded him. He had already dismissed too many servants this week, and everyone thought he was spoiled and unreasonable. Ethan told Attorney Park he wanted to double the number of guards. The lawyer didn't understand why. His birthday was still 2 months away. But Ethan was convinced Madam Moon would kill him before he came of age. Why did Ethan believe this? Because 1 year earlier the brakes had suddenly failed, and the family car crashed. His parents died that night, and when Ethan awoke, his eyesight was completely gone. The ones who gained the most from the tragedy were Madam Moon's family. That day, a new maid arrived and introduced herself. The moment Ethan heard her voice, he realized it was the same girl he had argued with at the mall 2 days earlier. Grace Cha also recognized him right away. Ethan asked, "We've met before, haven't we?" He thought if she dared to lie, he would fire her immediately. But Grace admitted the truth, not taking advantage of his blindness. That left Ethan with a surprisingly good impression of her. But that impression quickly faded. Madam Moon soon told Grace to secretly watch Ethan's every move and report back to her. In return, she promised Grace's father a raise and a promotion. Ethan overheard every single word. He now believed Grace was just like all the others. That night, he bluntly told Grace she was fired. Grace was left confused, not knowing what she had done wrong. She thought this heir was just another arrogant rich boy who looked down on everyone. She told Ethan he was truly pitiful. His world was dark not because he was blind but because of his twisted mind. Shaking with rage, Ethan trembled and then flipped the tea table. Never before had anyone dared to speak to him that way. Not long after, bad news came. Olivia Oh, the secretary, told him that Madam Moon planned to secretly sell his family's hospital today. Ethan Lee immediately called Attorney Park to report it. But the lawyer locked him inside the house, already bribed by Madam Moon. Realizing he couldn't open the door, Ethan grabbed a pair of scissors from the drawer and tied bedsheets into a long rope. Risking his life, he clung to the rope and climbed down to escape. After a struggle, he reached the main road, but no car would stop for him. Just then, he ran into Grace Cha, the maid he had fired earlier. Grace told him that no taxi would come even if he waited all night. But Ethan grew annoyed and told her to leave at once. Grace, unwilling to flatter such an ungrateful man, turned away and started her scooter. At that moment, Ethan slipped and nearly fell under an oncoming car. Grace hadn't gone far. Seeing his pitiful state, she couldn't bring herself to abandon him.